On Love Lane is another one of the City of London Corporation's green spaces, St Mary Aldermanbury Garden. Only this isn't your usual kind of garden. It's basically on the footprint of an old church, the parish church of St Mary Aldermanbury.
There's been a church on this site since 1181, but it was destroyed in the Great Fire of London of 1666 and rebuilt by the great architect of St Paul's Cathedral, Sir Christopher Wren. But all that remains now is these medieval footings. So the question is, where is it? Now that is a very interesting question.
With only some minor changes, Wren's church stood proudly in the City of London until a German bombing raid during the Second World War. On the 29th of December 1940, a night sometimes called the Second Great Fire of London, so extensive was the damage caused that night, St Mary Aldermanbury didn't escape and fell victim to incendiary bombs and burnt again. By next morning, all that was left were the outer walls, some columns and the bell tower. It stayed a burnt-out shell until 1965. Then, the 650 tons of Portland stone were shipped over to Fulton, Missouri, USA. Why?
Well, it all goes back to 1946, when Winston Churchill, Britain's wartime Prime Minister, made his famous Iron Curtain speech, which historians date as the beginning of the Cold War between the West and the Soviet Union. This speech was made in the gymnasium of Westminster College, Fulton, Missouri. Years later, the director of Westminster College had read about Wren churches being destroyed and suggested transporting the ruins of St Mary Aldermanbury to his college as a memorial to Winston Churchill. So in 1965, the removal process began. 7,000 stones, that's 655 tons of Portland stone, were labelled and packed up. They were shipped across the Atlantic, where UK and US architects working together reassembled the Wren church. They called it the biggest jigsaw ever. And on the 7th of May 1969, the church was rededicated. So that's the story of St Mary Aldermanbury Church. And if anybody asks you, how do I get to see the old Wren church? You tell them to go west.